important is it to have a some type of stewardship statement on your website? I looked at mine as compared to other churches, and ours strictly focuses on money. It says nothing about time and talent. Is that something important to drive? I thought it was. I actually talked to my rector to see if he could get his own personal statement on there, and then maybe look at upgrading what we said, because it's focused really on money, nothing on time and talent. And I think you have to have all three. I know money is important, but if you don't really talk about the other two, I think you lose something.
My experience has been that things that aren't on the website are noticeable. So you need to have it, but that's not going to be a driver. Okay. So you need to have that kind of thing on your website, but the thing that I've seen the most effective is talk about it in the parish, and in some maybe creative ways, some new ways.
We seem to only talk about it for 2 months.
Yeah, it's got to be more often.
It really do.
And
October, November.
It's got to be in the water. I think we have to be just. It needs to be peppered in sermons. It doesn't need to be a sermon that happens, once a month or once every 4 months or something. It needs to just be always kind of out there. And maybe there's ways you can work it into your Sunday school, or it's interesting to me that we talk about sprinkles. I hadn't heard that before until I met you, Carl. And we talk about the sprinkles. That's a good indication that that's where a lot of passion is. I mean, for some people, that's the least they're going to do. But for all the rest of us, those are some deep moments of grace and blessing in our life. And those, when someone passes, or when we baptize a child, or the birth of a child, or when we get married, and if there's some way to bring, to remember and hold up those events in our common life more, maybe we'll be more thankful people. I was late to this meeting because I went by to give thanks for the birth of a child to some folks in the hospital, and I woke up crabby this morning because I had a long week, and here's another meeting I'm coming to, and my whole outlook changed. I got in the car totally jazzed up. I had held this little newborn, looked at the face, these tiny little fingers, tiny little toes, and we got to do more of that, and we got to have more of those thankful moments in the life of our community.
One thing in St. Francis, to kind of get away from it just being, we talk about it once a year, is we started a Christmas in July, because July and Christmas was nothing going on. We went from being this exuberant church to just the 3 months of summer, life kind of shut down. And so we did Christmas in July. We decorated the whole church like it was Christmas. I put up a Christmas tree, which we don't do at Christmas, by the way. But when I put up my Christmas tree, we had lights going down the walkway outside. I'm sure neighbors that drove by thought we were insane. We had each team or committee make a list, a Christmas wish list. They wished big, they wished small. Hey, we need matches in the altar guild. We need brass polish. We need whatever. So instead of giving Christmas gifts to each other, we had Christmas gifts to the church, and they were also looking for an excuse to have an ice cream social. So our Christmas in July Christmas party was an ice cream social outside with a melted snow slide, I think is what we ended up calling it, i.e. a water slide for the kids. And we had melted snowball fights, i.e. water gun fights. And just had a great party, and it was hosted by Stewardship, and we talked about, because we did a lot of promo for it, and people were excited about it. I have some goofy hat that sings, and I wore it to church every Sunday for weeks beforehand, but they got excited about it, and they had fun, and it was a fellowship event, and it was about stewardship and taking care of people, but it had nothing to do with money. Nothing.